Right, well, welcome to the art of good government, communication, right? And Leslie said that I need to have a new lead-in from managing through a pandemic. But I'm like, Les, maybe with this Delta variant, we need to go back to that. But we'll try this one again. Focus on safety and well-being of the community, communicating with you, the listening public, the millions of people that watch this on a weekly, but internationally.
Right.
Today's the 23rd of July, Friday. It's 9:35 or so, a little bit later than usual. Two welcomes. Welcome, Sergeant Jeff Watkins. Thanks so much for being here. And more importantly, thank you for all that you do to keep the village safe, and the rest of the PD. Please know that you have my full support. And I'm so grateful for your efforts. So you guys set the bar for community policing, and I'm very grateful. So Sergeant Watkins is going to talk to us about beach fire enforcement. Also welcome, keeping our village safe as well, in a different kind of way, our amazing community planning and building director, Brandon Swanson. Brandon's going to tell us a little bit about the ad hoc committee and the survey results regarding outdoor seating. So with that, just a couple of quick notes that I have. Because of the Delta variant, we are going to require employees to wear masks again, beginning Monday, when they're in city facilities and when they're out in proximity with one another. We will continue to require the public to wear masks inside city facilities. So please be respectful of those requirements. We are tracking the Delta variant, obviously. I was thinking about hiring one of those changeable message signs and putting it out on Highway 1, Sergeant. I don't know how we did that last year at the height of the pandemic that said masks required. I was thinking about hiring one and having it be masks required again, or get vaccinated. But I'd like your thoughts on that afterwards, just to remind people when they come to the village that they need to do so safely and responsibly. So we got that. What else do I have? I'll tell you about the city council meeting on the 2nd and 3rd of August next week. And then just a reminder, please be patient. We are down 4 police officers. We are down at least 2 planners and a building inspector and a myriad of other people in other departments. So please be patient as we fill upwards to a dozen, 13, 14 positions that the council has funded. So that's what I got. What do you got, Sergeant?
Well, I'd like to talk a little bit about beach fires, and if I could recap a little bit, I had a short but spirited conversation with a couple folks about illegal beach fires very recently. And during that conversation, I was able to feel a couple things from it. So the person, when I was talking to them, I could feel the passion coming from them. And it really struck me as this is a serious topic. And I could also feel the pain and frustration in their voice from all the illegal beach fires. And during that conversation, I didn't really get to express that voice was heard. It didn't fall on deaf ears, and that the Carmel Police Department, your police department, is committed to uphold, educate, and enforce all the rules and regulations that this city has put forward. And by saying that, I'd like to talk a little bit about beach fires and what you shouldn't do. So first of all, we have wood-fueled beach fires.
Mm-hmm.
So I believe there's 5 city pits that the city puts out on the beach, and that is the only place that wood fires are allowed.
Correct.
They shouldn't touch the sand in any part of our beach other than in those pits. And when you have wood beach fires, we request that you burn clean, dry wood. Right? That burns fast, it burns with less smoke and leaves less ash. What we don't want to see is you burning driftwood. Driftwood is very toxic. The smoke in it, and nobody wants to breathe that. It's bad for the environment, and personally, the police officers just aren't equipped with personal protective equipment to deal with toxic fumes. So we request that you don't do that. And don't burn your trash. The stuff that you bring down to the beach, pack it out. You throw your bottles and your cans and things in the fire, they don't disappear. So we have to clean that up, and you should pack out what you bring in. Okay, so the beach fire rules are from 4 to 10 p.m. So you can have those fires in those wood burning pits from 4 to 10 p.m. If you choose to not have wood fires, then you can have propane fires. Propane fires are also 4 to 10 p.m. You can do that south of 10th Avenue, and you need to be at least 25 feet away from the bluffs to keep it safe. Okay, we request that you don't have any tiki torches, propane-fueled lanterns, barbecue pits, all that's against the rules and regulations. So, and how do we enforce this? Well, we start by educating. So I believe we have enough signage on every part of the beach that people that are visiting can see. They should be able to understand that these are the rules, these are what you need to step and go by. So we also put it on our website. All the beach rules are on the city website, and they can be found there. And thirdly, I've also hired extra security to patrol the beaches on the weekends. And we educate the security to walk the beach, try to find the fires before they happen, and educate the folks that are coming into town. We give them pamphlets to hand out that have all the rules and regulations. So after those three things come enforcement, unfortunately. And by enforcement are $1,000 fines for anybody.
I'm sorry, how much are they?
$1,000.
$1,000.
Yes, sir.
Those are American dollars.
American dollars.
That's right. Okay.
We don't
1,000
take, we don't take
American
Bitcoin or anything bizarre.
No crypto yet.
Yeah,
dollars. Yet, he says.
That's going to be our next currency probably in the next 30 years. So. And that's what they're judging. But yeah, that's the unfortunate side of it is the enforcement action.
So Sergeant, the private beach patrol that we hire, they walk scenic between 8th and the city line to catch people as they are unloading their picnics and their wood to help educate them. And you do have a placard that you hand out to them
That is correct.
with the beach rules on it as a
So they
reminder.
come to our station first, they get the rules, they get the handouts, and then they'll go down to the beach and they are instructed to walk the beach and walk the pathways and try to educate the beach goers before it happens.
Mm-hmm.
And then if they do see it, they're educated to call us and then we'll take action.
Right, so that's the key, is that the private security is not authorized to cite. They call the PD,
Correct.
and we dispatch an officer if there's an issue to cite an offender.
Yes.
Great. Well, thank you. Thank you for the update on that. I know you're doing your best. Again, we've got a truncated staff right now. We allow beach fires from May 15th through September 15th, I believe, right through the Labor Day weekend. So we've
That's
got
correct.
just a couple of months left here. And then again, the council will review the entire beach fire pilot program in October of 2022, so at about a little over a year from now. So anyway, thank you so much. It's very informative. You can always call Carmel PD. You can call Brandon's office, who has a permit authority over the coastal development permit issued by the Coastal Commission for the pilot program. So anything to add?
I wanted to echo your thanks to the entire PD. A lot of people think, Carmel's small, it's 1 square mile, that should be an easy place to be a police officer. And that's absolutely not true. I mean, all you have to do is read the pine cone through the police logs, and then of course we hear about stuff too internally. And I'm always amazed what you and your team have to go through. And you guys always do it with such class and style and customer service focused. And it's clear that it's a police department that values education and compliance versus enforcement. You mentioned enforcement. And we take a similar tact in community planning and building. We want to get to compliance. We want to educate people. And I know you all in your police department do it the same way. Ideally, we're getting people into compliance rather than having to take that extra step and pull out the hammer and go to enforcement. So, kudos to you and your entire department. You guys have a very hard job and do it very well. So thank you. From my department to yours, thank
Man,
you.
You're
We're all
good. That was really.
I learned from the best, Chip.
That was really.
I've just been watching you.
That was smooth. That was amazing. So tell us about outdoor seating.
So outdoor seating. So last night we had our mayor's ad hoc meeting on the permanent outdoor seating program. So this
Correct.
is not related to the temporary parklets that people see around town right now. There is a program right now, or a plan for those to go away. The wine tasting parklets have gone away. Those had to go away July 14th. And the restaurant ones right now are slated to, based on council direction, to go away September 12th. So those are the temporary constructed parklets in the streets. What we talked about last night is the potential for a future program. Think more permanent, more built-in, more planned out design guidelines and things like that. So we had our survey that we did, that we launched. We got about 1,500 responses to that survey. It was online and we had hard copies available. We got a lot of data from that, a lot of really good data. If you recall, we broke it down even by the respondent type. If you're a local restaurant owner and a resident or a business owner, all the different types of categories. I think we had 13 different respondent types of categories. So we looked at that data in two ways. The first way we broke each question down by the type of respondent. So think like 13 different levels of data. And then we sort of conglomerated that data into four main categories: resident, non-resident, business owner, and other. So we walked through that data last night. Last night's meeting's goal was really because there was so much data and so much information to get out there. I walked the ad hoc committee, which is the mayor, Dave Potter, and Councilmember Bobby Richards, and then all the invited guests, restaurants, owners, residents, other business owners, interested people, walk them through how the data was constructed, how it was laid out, all the charts, so that people can then take that information, which is available on our website, and we'll put that out in today's Friday letter as well, so you can see the data, the survey results alongside the original survey. Give people now a chance for the next few weeks to sit with that data, think about it, and then come back in a few weeks to have a conversation about what the next step is and how we want to do it. I do want to share a few snapshot findings if that's okay. So as I mentioned, 1,400 responded. We did do an adjustment for duplicate emails. We talked about that early on, that we were going to do a hard scrub and make sure we weren't giving people the opportunity to respond twice. We actually pulled out about 90 duplicate emails. Just the way the system was, people, I don't think it was intentional, they just sometimes hit submit twice. So we adjusted that and made sure there was only one response per email.
We may have to have an audit of this whole survey done.
No, please. 53% of our respondents were residents. And we discussed three types of different outdoor seating configurations in this survey. Generally, one of the outcomes is that generally people were positive about the idea of a permanent program with outdoor seating.
Yeah.
They thought there should be no exclusions. That means that restaurants can apply, wine tasting shops can apply, specialty restaurants like bakeries, ice cream stores, anyone can apply.
Liquor stores?
That wasn't part of the survey. So I think when we get to the next round of conversation, as we dial in even more and we start having conversations with the Planning Commission and the City Council, those are the kind of questions that are come up when we really start getting into the details. The survey identified some big issues that people are worried about. Parking, obviously front and center, because whether you bump out a sidewalk or not, you're still taking up parking spaces. Right. Pedestrian flow on our sidewalks, traffic flow on our streets, and then of course the noise and nuisance that may come along with more outdoor seating. So those are the issues that are going to need to be really worked through as we take this through the next steps, coming back to the ad hoc committee for recommendations, moving on to the Planning Commission, and ultimately to the City Council. But I just want to take a minute at the end here to thank everyone that participated in the survey. Yeah. It was really well participated in. It was out there for a month, and we got a lot of great data. You know, we did a survey that I think is going to get us to the next step here. Whatever that next step is, this is the first step in that.
Well, thank you, Brandon. Thank you for the update. Thank you. I'm pleased to hear we're going to put the data on in the Friday letter this week. Mm-hmm. You're going to love the tables and graphs that they're very intuitive. It was very enlightening for me. I was surprised by some of the results, but it's great. I think there's 45 pages of data. Mm-hmm. That's now in a format that's very tangible and understandable. So I know it took a lot of work. Thank you for the extra work.
It did. I want to give a shout out to one of our planners, Evan Court, who was a big help in constructing the visuals for that. He helped me out quite a bit with that, and so I had the data all there, and he helped me construct some of those visuals. So I want to give him a shout out.
Great. Well, thank you. And we've been, part of the vision a year and a half ago when we allowed the temporary outdoor seating was to provide a boost for our restaurants during the pandemic, and also provide a venue for people to get food, get prepared food during the pandemic. So we've been supportive. I was a little bit surprised to see the ad, Save Carmel Restaurants.
Full page.
Full
7.
page, yeah, it was an interesting one. Thanks so much for that. The other part was we did get our sales tax data. We have an analytical firm that puts it together. I think we'll put that in the Friday letter as well, Leslie. but it shows the top 25 producers of sales tax income, many of which are restaurants, year on year, and a whole bunch of other fascinating information. All public information. It's all scrubbed, so you don't know how much people made, obviously. But maybe we'll add that as well, and that helps support, I think, some of our arguments that we've weathered the storm, the pandemic storm, economically better than a lot of other municipal enterprises. So thank you. So thank you both for being here. This was really, this was great. I'm grateful for the quick turn for both of you to get here. I'm sorry you got here a little early. Actually, Sergeant Watson isn't even working today, so thank you for coming in again. So, and with that, have a good weekend. You don't need sunscreen, obviously. It's been foggy since March. And take good care.
Take good care.